finger gun me as the go symbol? Is that how we're starting the podcast?
Yeah, that's how we're starting it. That's what's happening now.
Okay.
Hello, people of the internet.
Welcome to whatever the heck this is. Hopefully I can even be heard.
We don't know what this is right now. We really...
We don't. This has absolutely no structure.
We're just winging it.
It's like a jellyfish, no bones.
But anyway, so we like video games, right?
Yeah, I wasn't about to disagree with you. Actually, that's a lie. I almost did, just to be funny. I almost went, what? We didn't talk about this.
But yeah, we like video games. We like stories. And video games can tell stories.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing on this podcast. We're just going to talk about video games and storytelling.
Yeah, and I'm going to let you carry the intro because I don't know what to say.
So, yeah, and today, and you know, we're going to do this with like a bunch of games, and we're just going to play a bunch of games, maybe, you know, let's play them, put them on YouTube or whatever, I don't know.
Have you uploaded any of the Code Vein yet?
Oh, right, no, I haven't yet.
Okay.
I got to do that.
Well, there should be, at some point, some Let's Play of Code Vein. You will have your own thing.
Right.
Where me and you are playing together mostly?
Yeah.
Well, for part of the time, because I'm not there for...
Yeah.
And then, when I eventually get to uploading the rest of the episodes, because I've put out 2.
Yeah.
And I have a full walkthrough-esque series of me playing it. It's kind of... I wish I was funnier during it, but, like, that's not the kind of game that I can be funny during, while playing alone, at least.
Yeah.
Because it requires too much concentration.
Yeah, it's a Soulsborne. Like, that's what it is. But yeah, if you haven't gone on already with the, you know, this from the title of what we're just talking about, we're talking about Code Vein today and its story, which we really like. It's really good.
Yeah, surprisingly so. We did not expect that out of it. And
it's surprising from a Soulsborne game to have like have a story. Then again, it's anime.
Yeah, but like with Soulsborne, it's usually like the backgrounds and the environment tells the story.
Yeah, it's more lore based and stuff like that.
Yeah, but not with Code Vein.
Code Vein is very much so a JRPG story.
Yes,
except not a JRPG.
Yeah, it's the gameplay of a Soulsborne, but with the story of anime.
Yeah. 26 episode anime, honestly. It's structured that way.
I'm going to lean closer to the mic so that my audio is just tiny. A little pebble. It's probably fine, but it's weird to me. I don't like it.
I don't know how you're... whatever.
Whatever. It's fine.
It's fine for now.
There's no background audio like the Fire Emblem we were doing. So regardless, I should be able to be heard fine.
Yeah. We're gonna be doing a lot of Fire Emblem this year too, because 30th anniversary. But that's for another time. So where do we start with Code Vein? There's a lot to unpack.
There really is. There's so much, because we could start with...
we could start with Io.
Louis.
Io's entire arc.
Yeah.
Let's start with Louis, because his is probably the shortest.
Yeah, and most simple.
I like Louis.
Yes.
A lot.
He's
very hot. I love him.
Your Twitter was really just a Louis Stan account for a couple days.
I know. Like, dude, he's hot, though. He's hot. Like, come on. He's also a very good boy.
He is. He's a very good boy.
He's a very good boy.
I'm trying to think of where to start off with this. Because it's interesting to talk about without... I'd honestly suggest, if you're listening to this, go watch a playthrough or play the game yourself for some context.
Well, yeah, but...
Because... We're not about to
explain every little the lore of Code Vein is pretty insane though.
Yeah, we're not about to relay the story. We're here to talk about the story.
Well,
not
I guess
tell you the story.
I guess Louis is a good place to start because his backstory relates to Cruz.
That's true.
and Cruz relates to everything else, the lore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Louis. Where do we start with Louis? I don't really know where to start with him because like you said before, his arc is a little unfinished.
Yeah, because much like the main character, your plotline isn't done because it sets up for a second game.
Obviously,
There's
or
still
DLC.
a lot more to do.
There's still a season pass.
That's true. I keep forgetting about that.
But I think a second game is definitely in the works right now.
Especially with the massive success of Code Vein.
Right.
It did very well. Oh, to what I've heard, it's done very well.
Awesome.
Because I hadn't heard about it, and then suddenly it released and just exploded online, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
But yeah.
We need to stop meandering.
Yeah, we need to stop. We need to, because
we have a bad tendency to get off track.
Louis. Well, I mean, that's kind of what these podcasts are for.
Yeah.
In a way, but anyway, Louis. Let's talk about Sad Boy Louis and Cruz. Where to even?
What do you think their relationship was?
I don't know, because like you can read kind of two interpretations that they were either lovers or like you could even read that Louis saw her as a little sister.
Yeah, because they don't really tell you what the kind of relationship the two have.
I'm willing to bet he and Silva had some kind of decent relationship too, considering Cruz's relationship with Silva.
Yeah.
Well, we know Louis was a college student.
Yes, we do know that.
We do know he was a university student. Karen. What do we know of Karen? We know she was a researcher, right?
Yes, she's Louis' sister. Who?
She probably worked on Project Queen then, right?
I believe so.
Right.
And now, is that how Louis knew?
That's probably
Cruz.
Yes.
Or did he know Cruz before?
I don't know. Again, his arc is a little unfinished, and there are a lot of holes to fill. But
yeah, there's not a whole lot of details given there.
But like Louis, a lot of Louis' character arc really comes into play. Sort of after, it's a lot of his character development comes through memories. Like unlike the other characters, where they actually get sort of a mini arc.
Yeah,
Louis doesn't really have that
because they get other characters will get like a dungeon, but Louis just gets the Kevin memories, and little bits here and there, not a whole lot, but
one of the the main thing about Louis is that he regrets not being strong enough to take any action.
Yeah. He blames himself for everything that's happened.
Yeah,
because he couldn't stop Cruz from frenzying.
Which is why he now dedicates himself to researching blood beads to find to help all the revenants. Yes. You know what I mean?
Because he feels responsible for it.
Yeah, he feels like he's the one. Because if he didn't do that, if he was strong, he feels if he was strong enough, he could have been able to stop all this, but he was emotionally weak.
Yeah.
But even then,
he couldn't bring himself to kill Cruz before she frenzied.
Which I guess you could lead into his kind nature and his relationship with Kevin in a way.
Yeah.
Because
Louis doesn't aim to hurt anybody.
He doesn't aim to hurt anyone. He just aims to undo the wrong he did.
Yeah.
What he felt was wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not as explored as heavily as it is, because I think he's gonna get more development in the next game or DLC, perhaps.
Probably. I think Louis is probably the least utilized character, but it makes sense, seeing as you got to have something left over for a sequel.
Yeah.
But it definitely shows you the struggle to kill someone that you know.
Yeah.
Even though they're about to change, it's hard to do it before they change.
Definitely.
Because that's the right choice because, well, it's going to have negative impacts once they do change, but they still aren't gone yet.
Yeah.
which is very hard. I know that's also kind of like a zombie movie thing that is occasionally toyed
being
around
able
with.
to kill, having to kill a loved one is just, and and like if you really read into the relationship, like I don't know, it could be viewed, because you could read it two ways. Like I said, lover or little sister, or both. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's Japan. Anyway.
It really depends on how you want to read.
But either way, it's pretty tragic.
Yeah.
Regardless, I prefer to see it as little sister, honestly, simply because of how short Chris is. But
originally, my first playthrough, I didn't even get lovers or little sister. I got
close friends.
Just close friends, yeah.
Yeah. But I think he views. But speaking of like sibling relationship, I think he could. I think he views, or at least I think Kevin views Louis as an older brother.
Yes.
That is definitely true.
Yes, he views Louis definitely as like a role model.
But
someone to look up
another
to.
thing that I really like about Kevin is that like it shows that Louis can reach people.
Yes.
Like one act of kindness can really go a long way.
Yeah. And it really showed how much he blames himself for everything, because Kevin decided to do the same things as Louis, and Louis blamed himself for Kevin's death, even though it was Kevin's choice.
It was Kevin's choice, and it was also, well, how does that relate to Cruz though? Like, but yeah, you're right. It does kind of relate to how self-deprecating he can be.
Yes.
Because he blames himself for Kevin's death, but no, it was Kevin's choice to die.
Yes, and eventually you kind of force him to realize that.
That, it wasn't your... No, yeah, it wasn't his fault that Cruz died. Well, it was by technicality, it was his fault, but, like, you can't really blame the guy, you know?
Yeah.
What happened, happened. You, like, just leave it in the past.
Yeah.
I think that's Louis' arc, though. He's stuck in the past.
Yeah.
Which goes into greater themes of memories.
Yes, there is a lot about memories.
When you think... There's a lot about memories in this game. Like, if you played the game at all, you would know what we're talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff about that memories shape you as a person.
Yeah. Oh, and it shapes Louis as a person.
Yeah.
Think about it. Because he failed that one time, and that memory haunts him.
Yeah.
So actually, in a way, he acts as a sort of antithesis to the whole theme of memories, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Because when we see with the other characters like Yakumo, Murasame, when they see their memories, they choose to fight on.
Yeah.
Well, and while Louis does that, it affects him in a more negative way than it does a positive one.
Yeah.
Because with the other characters, they find closure because of it. He doesn't.
Yeah, no.
The memories, he blames himself for what happened. It's because of those memories that he has those memories that he fights, but like, it causes him to be self-deprecative.
Yes.
Unlike with other characters like again, like Murasame or Yakumo, where they choose to fight on to honor their friends. Yeah. Their friend's sacrifice. Louis
fights more so to make sure that no more sacrifices happen.
Yeah.
Which is... They're similar, but I feel like it's one of the things that playing the game definitely makes you understand a lot more.
Yeah.
It's harder to describe it.
Like... because... Well, okay, maybe it'll come to us later. Let's the memories thing segues...
memories. Oh, hang on. Just gotta yawn. Whenever you collect the memories, you gain their power.
Which is an interesting way of like integrating like the themes of the story into gameplay.
The gameplay, yeah.
Yeah, because like we were just talking about Yakumo, Murasame, and all that, and how they like. Their memories are about sacrifice. Then again, like sacrifice and memories sacrifice is also a big part, which segues good into Oliver in a way.
Oh yeah.
Because Oliver's memories are interesting, because like I wouldn't say he sacrifices himself for you, not necessarily.
Yeah. No. Because he wasn't originally trying to help you when he got hurt
Right.
to begin with.
Right.
But he was trying to help someone.
But like the thing about is that like his memories are interesting because sacrifice is definitely something they want you to focus on in that one because it's mentioned a lot.
Yeah, because someone is going to need to.
I
don't remember the exact wording of it.
Someone needs to be sacrificed. Someone like I'm sorry. Someone needs to be sacrificed. Like he keeps saying, we won't make it.
Yeah.
It's we need blood beats to survive, and it's just like, and then the provisional government is just like, well, someone needs to be sacrificed. I'm sorry, and then he goes on to perpetuate that later on.
Yeah.
Against the kid, or at least that's the implication. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
The imagery is a little weird.
I think I have to spend more time really looking at Oliver's.
I've watched it like 5 times. So
I've skipped it every other time than the first 2. So I haven't actually seen it more than 2 times, and it's been.
And then, but like,
quite a while. Actually.
What's interesting is that like it's like sacrifice, at least at first with the first 2 moments, is portrayed as a bad thing.
Yeah.
But then at the end, he's just like, well, at least one of us gets to make it.
Yeah.
Like in a way, he's kind of succumbing to it. He's kind of accepting it.
Yeah. That just not everyone can make it.
Yeah, not everyone can make it in this world.
Yeah.
It's tragic, and then when you consider this is just after you've killed him,
yeah,
like that just makes it hurt a little more, and you know, like sacrifice. I mean, yeah, that idea of sacrifice and allowing one other person to live on in spite, you know, not everyone can make it.
Yeah.
Which segues into a lot of the other memories of the characters. I haven't seen Coco's, but I'm not sure how
she doesn't actually have memories.
Oh, she doesn't?
Actually. No, I think either she has just the one memory, or she appears in other people's memories.
Right. Oh yeah, she appears in Kevin's. Yeah.
Yeah, she appears in Kevin. She appears in
what's her face?
Oh my gosh, the lady that took care of Mia and.
Yeah, that's another one with sacrifice. Oh yeah, Mia is also has one sacrifice. Mia is a character surrounded by sacrifice.
Yes.
Her
brother
became
a successor to make sure there was still a world left.
I think her name was Carmilla or.
Oh yes, that's what her
Carmilla.
name was. Yeah, but her brother sacrificed himself and became a
successor.
A successor, yes.
For the sake,
so that the world would still be there when Mia finally woke up.
And he sacrificed his own sanity to protect her.
Yeah, because he could have fought off the frenzy even longer had he not sent out a duplicate of himself
to take care of Mia.
Yeah,
to take care of his older sister,
who helped her through the troubling times.
Yeah.
So he gave up so much for her.
Yeah.
And she would sacrifice.
And you know, she gave up, and she would give up anything to protect him.
Yeah.
And then, sacrifice, and then you see the theme of sacrifice with like Murasame and Yakumo too.
Yes. Because
Yakumo is another one that's surrounded by sacrifice.
Yeah, because without going into a lot of detail, his friends, his enemies, I guess, who were his teammates.
Basically, he's Nakama, comrades, whatever.
His what?
Nakama. That means like comrade.
I don't speak Japanese.
I'm a weeb. I'm a weeb, okay.
I speak English and nothing else.
They're basically his teammates.
Yeah, they don't really like each other, but
family in a way.
They all split off and die. Fuck. I'm trying to figure out the timetable of things. Right. What would happen first is that they would all of them would die.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone basically but Yakumo wakes up as a revenant.
Yeah. No. They all wake up as revenants, but then they
no. Yakumo doesn't wake up yet.
Oh right.
Because Emily first.
Oh wait, no. I'm just mixing up your words. Sorry.
Yeah. Because first Emily gives herself up and subjects herself to experimentation and becoming a successor.
Yeah.
To make sure that Yakumo isn't like thrown away for not waking up by Mito. And then after that, Yakumo still hasn't woken up.
Yeah.
And they drag him out of whatever facility they're all in that's owned by Mito.
Yeah.
While everything is going to shit.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember exactly what happened during that time. But something goes horribly wrong, and they all make a break for it.
Yeah.
And they escape the facility.
But they had to.
They drag Yakumo with them.
Because despite, I forget his name, Yakumo's buddy.
I think there was an R. It's something like Riki or something.
Riki. I think Riki was it.
Okay.
I don't know. We could be wrong. But yeah, Riki, like, they have a bit of a rivalry.
Yeah.
But despite everything, he really does care, in a way.
Yeah, if I remember...
They're shonen rivals. There's a shonen rival relationship. That's how it is.
If I remember correctly, in one of, like, Riki's memories, there is a line where he says that, even though he always hated Yakumo, he always wished he was more like Yakumo.
Yeah, they were like... I'd say they were... Because, like, I think another central theme in Yakumo's memories is the idea of family.
Yeah.
Because they were all orphans, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, they were like brothers in a way.
Yeah, they all grew up together and then got bought by Mito.
Yeah.
And had to all survive together and become soldiers together.
Yeah.
Sadly, Miguel did not make it. He is one of the bosses of the game.
Yeah. Poor boy.
Yeah, that is the, I believe, Gilded Hunter? I believe it's called. And that's where you get, like, the... I don't think it's important. I don't even remember the name of the blood code. So, not important.
But yeah, Riki sacrifices... Oh yeah, this can also be, like, regret in a way. Because, like, Riki regrets he could not...
Also, I don't think Riki ever saw Yakumo wake up.
No, he didn't.
I don't remember a lot of the Riki memories because it's been a long time since I viewed them.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if he didn't die protecting Yakumo's sleeping body, right? I don't think so, but I could be completely wrong on that.
I want to say he did.
Okay, so he may have. There's a good 60% chance because we both seem to remember that.
Yeah, because like I remember they're just like, we gotta keep Yakumo alive. We gotta, like, I remember he was the one telling everyone to be like, okay, we gotta keep this boy alive.
Yeah,
I don't care what it takes.
It's. I think it was kind of difficult for me to tell what was going on part of the time.
Yeah,
there was like, because his memories were kind of pre-Revenant and also post-Revenant.
Yeah.
I think depending on which memory you're reviewing, I think they were at a different point in time.
Yeah. Because they were attacked by the horrors.
Yeah.
And then that's...
You definitely see him pull Yakumo out of the place and then watch him, get killed by the horrors.
Yeah.
Which I think is, at least that's the way I viewed it. I don't remember if
they were killed. No, they were killed by Lost. Like the Revenant, when they woke up as Revenants, they were killed by Lost.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm talking about when they got killed the first time.
Right.
When Yakumo wanted to stay behind with the injured.
Right. Yeah.
And Riki wanted to go ahead and escape.
Right.
So they split up, and neither of them had the firepower required to survive.
Yeah.
Because they had split up the group, and they both died.
Yeah.
Which they both died because neither one of them was willing to. They were both too stubborn.
Yeah.
To give up what they believed was right.
Yeah.
The right choice of action, and they both died for it.
Because they didn't work together.
Yeah.
They didn't work together for the sake of the group.
Yeah.
And they were too stubborn in their ideals to move forward. And the thing about the story, the thing about how the memories are portrayed is that, like, it's neither one of them is really portrayed as Yakumo is definitely portrayed as more in the right.
Yeah.
But, like, they both kind of died for it.
But yeah, also it's also stated, I think, pretty heavily that even if Riki and the other part of the group had stayed with Yakumo, they would have all still died.
Yeah.
And the only way they were going to survive is if Yakumo's group came with them.
Yeah.
So it's like Yakumo wasn't in the right because he would have died regardless.
Yeah.
The only way to survive was to leave them behind, but he wouldn't. It's gonna be kind of like a weird rambly jumping.
Because like I'm trying to think how this relates to sacrifice in a way, because I think you can draw that connection.
Yeah, I mean Yakumo refused to sacrifice the injured.
Yeah.
And everyone died because of it. Because it's like with Cruz. Louis refused to sacrifice Cruz.
Oh, right!
And so a lot of people died.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, and like Murasame, they chose. And then later on, they choose Riki chooses to sacrifice himself, and Yakumo's able to survive because of that.
Yeah, the story is like so much deeper than I could ever give it credit for.
Yeah, because now that you mention it, this theme of sacrifice really does run pretty deep. Yeah, because
I think it runs with
every time. Yeah, every
character.
Time a character chooses to sacrifice a part of themselves, they're rewarded for it.
Yeah.
Or at least they're sacrifice something for the greater good, or sacrifice something to protect someone else.
Yeah, because every time someone refuses to make the sacrifice, people die.
Yeah.
Bad things happen.
Silva.
What are we going to talk about him with him first?
No, because like the thing is, he's also portrayed wrong by the narrative. Because with Mito.
Yes.
Mito proves a point. But Mito refuses to sacrifice.
Yeah.
And he's killed for it.
Yeah, Mito's very weird in terms of the themes.
Yeah, but the thing is he refuses to sacrifice himself.
That's true.
For the greater good.
Yeah, because he wouldn't become a successor because he's a bitch.
Yeah. He'd rather have pawns in his way.
Yeah. He kind of just refused to do anything himself a lot of the time. Yeah, now that you mention it, yeah. He did refuse to sacrifice himself.
Yeah, and the successors also chose to sacrifice themselves for the greater good.
Yeah. Huh. And then I know that Jack at one point chooses to sacrifice you, the player.
Yeah, for the greater good.
Yeah, because it's believed that you'll go crazy, and he's also kind of doing it for you because he thinks you'll turn into a lost.
Yeah.
And that's not a great fate.
Yeah.
So he's just like, yeah, I'm going to kind of put you out of your misery. And Silva even sacrifices his own daughter. He let the Project Queen be conducted on Cruz.
Yeah.
And then plays a direct hand in killing her.
Like, the main theme of sacrifice here, like, because memories and sacrifice are two big themes here.
Yes.
Memories especially. But sacrifice is also a big one.
Yeah.
Because every character has experienced sacrifice in some way.
Yeah, they either refused to sacrifice and suffered the consequences, or made a very difficult choice and sacrificed.
And sacrificed
someone else.
Sacrificed for someone else.
Yeah.
And while yes, they paid a price for it, they never really necessarily regretted that decision.
Yeah.
Which is also Io. Yes, at the end, Io sacrifices herself.
Oh yeah.
For the greater good, and that causes so much happiness.
And the reason she sacrifices herself is because of the memories that she made with the player character.
Yeah.
Because she had no memories at the beginning. So your choices throughout the game decide the ending. Because your choices are her memories. The things she remembers. She looked up to you and followed you, the player.
The attendants and sacrifice actually make an interesting thematic through line. Because the attendants live for their successor.
Yes.
Entirely so.
Yeah.
And, like, that can be viewed as a form of sacrifice. But then the question is, why? Then the game starts to ask, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why the story really begins to ask that question.
And for a while, Io seems to kind of reject the idea. But in the end, she realizes that the only way to help everyone is to sacrifice herself.
Because, like... But she doesn't do it for the sake of doing it. For the sake that's just her sole purpose. She does it because she wants to. It's her choice.
And even in the ending song, it says that she something along the lines of she finally realizes that this is why she was made.
Yeah.
Was to save everyone.
Yeah.
And give herself. And she made that choice. Which
is interesting. Because, think about it. Riki didn't have to save Yakumo.
He didn't.
No, he didn't. Murasame's troop, they didn't have to sacrifice themselves for her.
No, they didn't. They could have all died.
Carmilla, she didn't have to sacrifice herself for them.
Yeah.
Kevin didn't have to sacrifice himself. He could have easily just...
Yeah, but they all
chose... They all chose... Which is what Louis refused to do. He didn't choose that. He didn't sacrifice Cruz. He was too weak to make that decision.
Yeah.
And before he could act, it was too late.
Yeah, it seems to be a sign of strength to sacrifice.
Yes, that seems to be the big... And you have the strength to sacrifice, and you must sacrifice yourself.
Yeah.
You must make that choice. You can't have some predetermined fate make that choice for you.
I think the theme of, like, Io sacrificing herself at the end wouldn't be nearly as good if it wasn't a choice. But there's 3 different endings.
Yeah. Meaning
that she doesn't always sacrifice herself.
Yeah,
which means that in the path, she chooses.
It's only when you restore the memories of those attendants and all the successors that she chooses to sacrifice herself.
Yeah, so it's not like she was railroaded into this destiny.
No,
she chose to do this.
Yeah, that was her choice. She did it because she didn't do it because, you know, that's what her purpose was. That's what she lived for. You know, because she was an attendant. She did it because she cared.
Yeah.
She did it because she did it because she cared about others, and she did it because it was for the greater good.
Yeah, she sacrificed herself for not only you, but everyone else.
Yeah.
Which you is definitely like 50%, and everyone else is like another 50%. Because you know, if you had absorbed the relics, you would have become the queen and died.
Yeah. And the successors, again, chose to sacrifice themselves. Yeah. They had the strength to make that choice. And it also goes into your choices as a player.
Yeah.
You chose to restore these memories. You chose to, you know.
It's also just kind of interesting how your choices do impact what Io does at the end. Because if you just sit back and let the successors die after the fight, she does the same to you.
That is true.
Because she steps back and doesn't help you with the relics, and you go crazy.
Yeah.
Because that's what you showed her to do. Because you're
oh my god, yeah, you
she
are.
Has with you is everything.
That you are. I mean, yeah, because Io doesn't have any memories.
Yeah.
And it's because of that. It's like it's through gaining, and it's through. That actually fits in the greater thing of memories make who you are. Yeah. Because her only memories are with you. So if you act like a bad person, Io is gonna mimic that.
Or like not necessarily even bad, but just like the thought won't even cross her mind to try to save you.
Because the memories she's had are of you doing that exact thing.
Yeah.
So she's not going to do it.
You're basically her role model. You're who she follows.
And her memories with you, again, depending on the memories you make with her, change the outcome of the story.
Yeah.
Meaning, the memories you make with her shape who she is by the end. Which, again, plays into the idea of memories make who you are. Because Louis, his regret is those memories are haunting him, so he becomes self-loathing and self-deprecating because of it.
Yeah.
Yakumo I mean, Yakumo. Oh, I mean, Yakumo's. I'm trying to think here.
Alright, take your time.
Oh wait, no. I think I don't know. I mean, we'll get back to Yakumo. But Murasame. Murasame. She always thought she abandoned the false memories she had.
Yeah.
Made her afraid to go out on the battlefield.
Yeah. God, yeah.
And the influence thing, the influence of role models can also be seen with Louis and Kevin.
Yeah.
There are just so many things. There are so many just different points in this story that work, just like connect together in
honestly,
so weird ways.
The more I talk about it, the more I think about it, the deeper and deeper it goes.
Yeah, it's just a rabbit hole, really.
To the point where sometimes I'm like, was this even intentional?
Yeah.
Because
Oh my God.
that's just how like weird and like crazy it gets. Because prior to us doing this, we hadn't made some of these connections, and we've already made multiple more.
Yeah.
It's like what
We just came up with the sacrifice one tonight. It's like,
yeah, like we had touched on it very briefly when we went and ate at Paul's. But like now we, oh my God.
yeah. Now that like, but yeah, the idea of sacrifice really is a big, because Io chose to sacrifice herself because of, yeah, like you said, like because of the memory she made. She wants to protect people.
And that is a perfect example of the two themes coming together at the end.
Yeah.
Because her memories make her choose to sacrifice.
Also, the memories, like, I mean, again, the memories that Yakumo and stuff like, and Murasame and all of them, they fight on because of those memories. They sacrifice themselves to try and make the world better because of the memories they have.
Yeah. Code Vein is so fucking good.
And
if anyone hasn't played Code Vein,
do it.
Yeah, do it.
Oh my God! Because like so memory again, you gain power from memories.
Yes,
that's how you gain different blood codes through memories. That's how you get
different abilities,
different builds, and it's through viewing those memories that you gain strength, that you gain power.
Because memories—that's a really great example of putting how memories make who you are into the gameplay.
Or like living, or how the memories, how when you die, your legacy lives on in other people through the memories of other people. That's another thing, because that's every character is like that.
Yeah.
Because Yakumo's friend, I mean Yakumo's family. I'm gonna call them family. Family, he chooses to live. He chooses their memory. He chooses to live on with their memories. They won't die. They will live on in him.
Yeah, a lot of them die for him or protecting him and making
their sacrifice will not be in vain.
Yeah.
Never make a sacrifice in vain. That's another thing about sacrifice. Don't make their sacrifice in vain.
Yeah,
make sure your sacrifice means something.
I know that like Louis says at one point that he carries Cruz's wish just like you carry Io's.
Yeah.
At the end of the game.
Yeah.
Because they're no longer around, but you're there to carry on for them.
Io sacrificed herself, but she's not really gone, is she?
Yeah.
She's still with you. You hold on to her memories, her wishes, everything.
You're a good girl.
That she is. You hold on to what she stood for.
Yeah.
And it's because of that. Then you hold on to those memories, and with those memories, you can find the strength to move forward.
Yeah. Honestly,
and that's another thing with Louis is that Louis doesn't allow his memories to give him strength.
Yeah.
He doesn't really. Again, his memories affect him in a negative way, unlike with every other character that affect them in a positive way.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because
Louis is very unique in the story compared to every other character.
Because he shows what it's like what it's like for memories to haunt you and to let the past consume you.
Yeah.
Whereas every other character is able to find closure with their memories, Louis is unable to.
And
in a way that actually explains why his arc is incomplete.
Yeah.
Because even with all that, he still blames himself.
Yeah.
He never stops blaming himself.
I don't think he'll be satisfied until the horrors are dead too.
Yeah.
You have to save the outside world too.
Louis is just an incredibly interesting character in regards to how this story...
He's like, he's really just the odd one out.
Yeah.
Well, the themes like are so consistent with everyone else. They're there with Louis, but they're twisted and turned in weird ways.
Yeah, they're like, it's subverted in a way. It's
yeah,
and I like that. It's the game acknowledging another viewpoint.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I just find little like when you have a character that's sort of an antithesis or like the odd one out, where they fit the theme, but in a weird way that it's just like
he's also at the same time determined not to forget those things again.
Yeah, but he doesn't let those things. He refuses to move on from it.
Yeah,
unlike every other character who chooses to move on, he doesn't. He can't. He's stagnated.
Yeah, he lets it control him.
Which you shouldn't let your memories control you. You should remember them.
Yes,
but don't let them consume your life.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think before I can really talk a lot about Louis, it's going to take a bit longer.
Yeah.
And more playthroughs. Because just Louis a completely different can of worms than the rest of the game.
Yeah, Louis is, like, there's not much, but, like, just look at how much we've been able to dig up.
And by the end of the game, if you get the bad ending, he has learned from not killing Cruz, and he kills you when you start to frenzy and become the queen.
Yeah.
Because he won't make that same mistake again.
Which is another thing about the themes of the story. It's like, learn from your memories, move on from them. How they shape who you are.
Yeah, you have to learn from the memories, not just witness them.
Yeah.
Because you can have as many memories as you want, but if you don't learn from them, they're worthless.
But and another thing about we've made this connection before, but it's like Yakumo even states about the memory theme is that, you know, if I forget, like, I'll be no better than a lost.
Yeah.
He says something like that.
Yes.
And it's just like, that is true. Because lost are basically just revenants gone mad.
Yeah.
That's all they are.
And if you have no memories left, you're not even you anymore.
No, you're not. You're just a mindless beast.
Yeah. Which is also kind of interesting because the main character and Io both have no memories.
Yeah.
So the two of you kind of create all of your memories together. I mean, you eventually do get your character's memories.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Io is interesting because she's basically the catalyst, the thematic catalyst for this entire story.
Yeah.
Like, all the themes of the story kind of, I don't know, converge and center around... I won't say center around her, but, like, they kind of blend into her.
Yeah.
Her entire arc basically is just, like... Because, like you said, by the end, she chooses to sacrifice because of the memories she's made. So, in that way, again, it's how the two themes come together in that... You know, it's through her arc that the two themes really become one.
Yeah.
They come together and really emphasize what this story is about.
God. I did not expect this level out of some weird anime Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
I just expected, like, silly character customizing fun.
But it's
big titty anime girls.
Again, like you said, you have to wonder, was this intentional?
I'm like, it can't just be a fluke, right?
Because it connects so well.
Yeah.
It connects so well. I'm willing to bet some of it maybe was subconscious.
Yeah.
But, because Io is definitely intentional. Like, a lot of the stuff with Io and sacrifice and memories, that's definitely intentional.
Yeah, but, like, it's also hard to tell because I've never played any of their other games.
We gotta play the God Eater.
I have God Eater 3 if you want to play that together.
We got to do that some point.
At some point when I come over here, you come. I don't know. We'll
At
have to
some
play
point,
God
we got to
Eater
play
3.
God Eater or watch the anime or something. But
Yeah, because
I'm really interested in these developers now.
God Eater is also multiplayer.
Who
I
the
think
hell
it's like
wrote
up to
who
6
the
players.
hell wrote this game anyway? Like, who are the?
I don't know.
Well, we can look at.
This isn't the time to Google search in the middle of a podcast.
But yeah, it's just. I don't. I really. But yeah, the themes of this story really just. They come together so well. Again, it applies to every character too. Every major character in this. No, even down to the like generic NPCs at times too.
Yeah, it's
because again, the lore.
Yeah.
The lore as well, because whenever a revenant dies, they lose a piece of their memory.
Oh yeah, and also, you know that revenant jerk who's like, taking blood from that girl.
Yeah.
And using it for him and his revenant buddies.
Yeah.
By the end, if you're like doing his side quests, he completely turns around and he like opens a sanctuary for revenants, or he opens some kind of sanctuary for people.
Oh my god.
And at first he's kind of like
that's like Louis and Kevin, isn't it?
I guess yeah, because he behaves rudely to you at first when you approach him. And he's
Revenant.
But then he's kind of like talking to himself, and he's like, "Man, I can't make any progress with that Lost in the way." And then you go kill the Lost for him, and you report back, and he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
It's like you didn't have to do that, and then you repeatedly help him over and over, and yeah, he becomes a pretty nice.
Which
dude,
is another
helping
small.
people out.
Maybe it's a stretch, but like another small instance of sacrifice.
Yeah.
You sacrifice yourself, and
you give him those blood beads at the beginning, and he changes everything.
Like you sacrifice a little bit of your you sacrifice a little bit of your own well-being. It's small.
Yeah.
But
it's enough to make an impact on somebody.
Yeah.
And
like with again Louis and Kevin.
Yeah.
Louis came to help out Kevin a lot of the time.
So instead of just continuing to do what he was doing, he looks to help other people from that point forward.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting because at first he's a massive asshole.
Don't sacrifice for yourself. Sacrifice for other people.
Yeah.
Don't give.
Yeah.
It's a simple message, but
yeah,
you know, but it runs so deep with everything else.
Yeah.
It's like what the heck? You know?
Yeah, it's like what the how is it so like ingrained in everything?
Because you can like, just from that little interaction alone, you can draw the line to every other character.
Yeah, it's so weird how it like it even applies to like Murasame, who I just thought was just the I'm here to sell you weapons character,
or you know,
and then she actually tied the themes, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Like even the characters that are dead.
Yeah.
Like Kevin and stuff like that. Even them.
And, what was her name again?
Carmilla?
Yes, Carmilla. She's already dead by the time the events of the game start.
Yeah.
But you learn so much about her and learn to care about her through these memories. And then you see her sacrifice. And it's quite entirely possible that the entire plot of the game could not have happened without her sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Mia and Nicola could have died.
Oh my god. You're right.
They may not have survived without her.
Sacrifice.
And you need information from Mia.
Yeah.
To get to one of the areas of the game. Actually, Sacred Blood Cathedral specifically.
Yeah.
You cannot get there without information from her.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because she tells you about how she observed people messing with the statue.
Yeah.
And without Nicola, obviously you wouldn't have met Mia. Because the entire reason you meet her is because she's searching for blood beads.
Yeah.
To help Nicola.
Yeah.
Who is frenzying, but it doesn't actually have any effect because it's not his real body.
Yeah.
It's a fake.
Yeah.
Because also the same could be said about Riki. His sacrifice you without Yakumo, where would any of that story be?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he has some ties to Louis, clearly.
Also, like, I love how the plot is structured too, which ties into the themes. The first, you're just kind of helping Louis out with his thing.
Yeah.
Then you learn of the successors, and then each part of that has them reconnecting. It has each character reconnecting with their past.
Yeah, at the beginning, it's a very simple start, but then it starts snowballing.
Yeah.
Because it's not originally some like grand adventure of successors and dungeons. It's more so just traveling around and defeating bosses, which I think is a really great way to start the game.
Yeah.
Instead of just throwing you into some weird story.
Yeah.
Because it gives you time to get to know these characters and
understand who they are. Yeah.
Gain some memories of them and just be like, oh, I like these people. And then you get like flashbacks and backstory and all of that.
Yeah. It takes the idea of a flashback and really runs with it.
Yeah. I feel like it's... Also, I have to gush for a second about the fact that memories, not only are they not just a cutscene.
Yeah.
There's... I mean, they're weird because they're kind of gameplay, but also not.
Yeah. They clearly put a lot of effort into them.
Yes.
Obviously, because it's like a big part of the game's story.
And just they have a lot of atmosphere to them.
Yeah.
As well as something I so much appreciate is that you can also skip them at any time.
Yeah.
Even though they're gameplay and not cutscene, you can skip them.
Yeah.
Which is a concept that so many things don't understand.
Yeah.
That, if your character can move, you don't get to skip this.
Yeah. But you're right. They have like a really unique atmosphere to them.
Yeah, because I'm trying to remember the music specifically.
The music, the way the voices echo, yeah. And the way it's structured too, with like where it keeps building and building on.
The like lighting,
yeah,
and just almost everything is dark except the
gives
people.
It a sort of mystifying, echoey feel to it,
and it really makes, I don't know, it makes you feel really fulfilled in kind of piecing things together.
Yeah,
because it doesn't slap you over the head with the information.
Yeah.
It presents it to you, and then you can kind of tie the bits and pieces together.
And it really just... I don't know how to explain it. It's a really weird feeling.
Yeah, it's kind of the same satisfaction you get from watching a mystery and solving pieces of a mystery.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, one of my favorite things about the game was just being like, holy shit, when I realized little things. Like, yeah. It's just so fucking cool.
Like... I don't know. They really did put a lot of effort into memory. Like again, which makes me wonder how much of this was intentional. Like the memories thing, is definitely intentional. The memory theme is definitely intentional.
Yes. So is sacrifices, because Oliver very much so makes it apparent that is intentional. I'm just. Another thing we talked about at Paul's that we didn't touch on here yet is the whole idea that. Well, we touched on it briefly with the whole idea that a character's not really dead, you're just carrying them on.
Yeah.
We talked about that same idea in the relation to getting the boss's weapons when they die.
Oh, right. Yes. That is... Because you get Oliver's weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, and you get their blood codes, too.
Yeah. Like, they're not really gone.
You use their power to fight... Oh, my... Oh, yeah, and... Oh my god, you're right.
It's surprisingly meaningful for just what seems to be just a gameplay mechanic.
But it ties into the themes of memories and living on with those memories.
Yeah, I feel like Code Vein is probably the best example of a game that I've played that ties its themes and story into the gameplay.
It's honestly a game that works so well as a game.
Yeah,
I would love an anime adaptation. Not gonna lie, but it just wouldn't give the same feel. You know?
Yeah, I feel like. Similarly, this is obviously very different, but Persona 5 is another one that's like that because it's very personal.
Yeah.
To where an anime would either meander for too long, getting at all the little bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Or skip over things that certain people really liked.
I mean, the Persona 4 anime wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But this isn't about Persona. We'll talk Persona 5 when that comes out later this year.
Yeah,
But
the Royal, because I don't want to replay original Persona 5 again. It'll drive me mad. Oh, wait, but the Royal's coming to PS4, right?
Yeah. Well, like, Atlas is really stingy about spoilers, though.
But, like...
If we get a capture card by then...
Well, here's the thing that I'm saying. PS4 share function...
No, because, like, story cutscenes would be blocked.
Oh, fuck. Right. I forgot about that.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But back to Code Vein.
Shit.
But yeah, it's like, okay, to compare, to sort of go off the Persona discussion, is that, like, Persona does that as well, because, like, you know, the bonds you make help you power up your personas, but I feel Code Vein does it in a better way.
Yeah.
Like, I feel Code Vein is more nuanced.
I was just using the example for why it doesn't why it wouldn't super seamlessly translate into an anime. I think Code Vein goes way better into an anime than Persona.
Yeah.
Persona is super personal to you.
Yeah, that's true.
To your experience. So, like, the anime just kind of doesn't recreate that experience. And
also,
Code Vein is also just, like, very shonen-y.
Very shonen-y, yeah. One thing also I appreciate about Code Vein is that over Persona, like, I know we're going with the Persona comparisons, but it's, I can't help it. But, like, is that Persona never really not Persona. Code Vein never really comes off as pretentious with its writing.
Yeah, no.
Persona, like, I'm not saying Persona is bad, because it's good.
Yeah.
But Atlas sometimes you can tell sometimes that the Atlas sets are just like, hey, look how deep and meaningful this is.
Also, it's like, it's completely possible to go through Code Vein and just not give a damn about the story and just glean nothing from it.
Yeah.
It's because it's not in your face.
It's not really in your face about it. Like, Persona is definitely in your face about it.
Yeah.
But, like...
And, like, basically everything in Code Vein is also skippable.
Yeah.
From just dialogue to actual cutscenes, everything can be skipped. So if you don't give a shit and you just want to beat the shit out of monsters, go right ahead. But if you want to experience the story and, like, think about it and...
Like, it never comes off as over... It never comes off as, like... It never seems like the writers are patting themselves on the back.
Yeah. I feel
because, like, with Persona, a lot of the time, it feels like they're having their cake and eating it, too.
Yeah. I will say that. I love Persona, of course, but, you know.
Yeah.
We of course have all of our gripes with Persona.
Definitely.
But I don't know. Code Vein seems to really understand what people want out of a game
and a story too,
and that it doesn't need to be story pure or gameplay pure, but it can try to satisfy multiple crowds,
and it does a good job of that, I find.
Yeah.
And as far as
on subsequent playthroughs, when I just decided to skip everything and beat the crap out of enemies, I didn't feel unfulfilled because I didn't have the story. The fulfillment I had was in beating bosses and doing it quickly.
Yeah.
So it's like a completely different experience.
Yeah.
Which I think is really interesting, because there's not a lot of games that actually, like, let you skip their narrative if you want to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them end up having some unskippable bullshit that you can't get past.
Definitely.
But Code Vein just... No. Just kind of lets you do as you please.
Yeah. Which is interesting, which is another reason why I like Code Vein.
Yeah.
This is just a really good game, man.
It's also a game that really knows who it's for.
Yeah. Because there's fan servicey moments, but the fan servicey moments are never really in your face.
Yeah, and that also... It's obviously, like, it's very anime, so there's obviously fan service, because people are going to like that. But it's also... it knows that people... It knows what the Soulsborne people want.
Yeah.
And what other people... And what, like, JRPG fans want.
And what we weebs want.
Yeah.
Degenerate weebs.
And it kind of pleases all of them.
It really does, because like again, the fan service is there, but it's like the fan service is character design, but it's never in your face about it.
Yeah.
It's never in your face about it. It never it isn't like Fates where it's just like, hey, look at these tits.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, can you not?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think this is the time for that.
Like, you can indulge in all the fan service in Code Vein you want, but you don't have to.
Yeah, and like, yeah, sure, the fan service is character design, but at that point, that's a matter of personal taste and opinion.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, sure, EO has like all the main characters have like, well, except for like Murasame and Mia, but like a good majority of the female characters have like giant racks, but it's just like, and EO has a pretty fan servicey design, all things considered.
Yeah, I will not deny that.
But again, there's never any zoom up shots of her cleavage. There are never any, like, it's just kind of there.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. It would be very different if they, like, did a lot of sweeping shots of characters' butts and stuff. But they don't.
Also,
They're
like,
just
her design actually reflects her character in a way, as well. Because she's wearing almost nothing.
Yeah.
And she is almost nothing because she has no memories.
It's also, I like the coloring of it because it's all white. And like, I don't know. I feel like that's something I don't know how to put into words, but it makes sense if you played the game.
The character design in this game is really good.
Gosh, so many good characters.
Yeah. Oh, also the fan service works both ways.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I've gushed about how hot Louis is.
Yes. You have.
He's hot, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man.
And there is more than a fair serving of Yakumo.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how tight his shirt is.
Yeah.
So, any Yakumo fans out there, they got you covered.
Also, hot springs.
Oh my god.
Oh, and the hot springs, you can... Which also works into, like, you know, the Japanese daily ritual and stuff like that. Where you reflect on the day. And, like, you reflect on your memories. It works! It fits! Themes!
I thought you were about to mention that, this might be wrong. I may have heard this wrong, or this may have just been a meme going around. But, no, it's not. I actually saw it. There's a new clothing option.
Oh, really?
That they added to the game.
Oh, my God.
The hot spring towel.
Oh, right. Oh, right. No, I saw that. My sister was doing the character creator, and she could do that. Oh, my God, that's beautiful.
It's so funny.
Oh. You see, they know them. The devs know. The devs know.
Have you seen the crazy shit people have done with that character creator? Did you see the Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude?
I haven't seen that.
Someone made a super accurate recreation of those three, and I was like, what the fuck?
My God.
Like, it's crazy what people can do with that character creator.
Yeah. Speaking of Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude, our thoughts on Three Houses. They're coming. They're gonna come.
I'm gonna beat the game someday.
We'll get our thoughts on Three Houses.
Kyle will tie me to a chair and make me play Three Houses.
Anyway,
I'm like chapter 9 and I haven't made progress since the game came out.
Anything else we want to talk about with Code Vein's story and themes? Because
no, I think we gushed about the themes of the story for so long that my brain just kind of moved on to gameplay. And even though that's not really what the point of this is.
I think there's one last character we didn't really quite touch on. Silva.
Yes.
He's interesting.
Yeah, Silva's very weird because he's portrayed as both an antagonist
and
a protagonist.
Well, I wouldn't say protagonist, but like ally rather, or like
he helps you during the fight with Cruz. He's a good guy when you speak to him there too.
Yeah, but he's also portrayed as wrong.
Yes,
because Mito, because it's just like
well, yes, he's trying to protect everyone by keeping up a barrier. It hurt everyone on the outside.
Right.
And now the horrors are stronger than ever because they've evolved and Revenants haven't.
Yeah.
So, while it seemed like a good idea and like he was doing the right thing at the time, and that he was sacrificing himself for the greater good by sitting on that throne, keeping the barrier up.
In a way, he can actually be seen as something similar to Louis.
Yeah, where he misunderstands the message
of the story.
Yeah, like Louis kind of lets himself be driven too much by his memories. And,
we don't know too much about Silva, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. Because he's dead.
We don't really get any of his memories either, so
Yeah.
we don't really know too much about Silva.
Yeah, what was I? Oh yeah, because like Louis fits with memories as like kind of being the odd one out, but
Silva
is the odd one out with
sacrifice.
Yeah,
because he sacrificed for the greater good, but at the same time, he causes people to stagnate.
Yeah,
Which Louis stagnated because he let his memories consume him. He let his regret consume him. But what is it about Silva's sacrifice that's wrong, though? Like, what is it?
He wanted to protect... I don't know. He wanted to protect revenants, so he locked them away instead of trying to protect everyone. I don't know.
Like, I think it can be seen as selfish in a way. Like Mito, in a way. But Mito never sacrificed. Silva did. Silva sacrificed for the wrong reasons.
Yes. Because it's almost selfish to lock all of the revenants away in fear of the horrors, really.
Yeah.
Or even as the original reason Jack gave, which was in fear that revenants might take advantage of humanity.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is that Silva misunderstood what was happening.
Yeah.
What he saw as the Revenants are a threat to humanity was actually Revenants are the only chance for humanity to beat the horrors.
So, I guess you could say that's the main conflict between him and Mito. Mito feels that Revenants are the only chance.
Yeah.
And that we shouldn't
be locked away.
But Silva's like, no, we are a threat. Because Project Queen.
Yeah. And Mito's in the wrong because he's a dick. But Silva's in the wrong because of the outside has been destroyed.
Yeah, Silva's... So wait, okay, what was wrongness? Because he misunderstood?
Yeah.
Or he misunderstood the weight of his sacrifice.
Yeah. Like, he misunderstood what Revenants really meant to the world. What they could have done. Because they could have saved everyone.
He failed to take into account the consequences of his actions.
Yeah. Silva's definitely another one that's just kind of...
Because, like,
he really is like... it's kind of hard to place him properly.
We don't know a whole lot about him, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But another thing... But, like, compare him to other characters who have sacrificed. Carmilla did so because she understood the weight of her sacrifice. She knew what her sacrifice would do.
If she sacrificed herself, Mia and Nicola could get away.
Yeah. Like, oh, and Io, she sacrificed herself, and, and that helped everyone. Because she did it for the sake of everyone. Like, Silva's
definitely a really weird one, too.
Yeah. He's like an odd one out like Louis.
I think he was also, to some degree, afraid of the revival of the Queen.
Yeah, definitely. There we go. There's the connection.
Yeah.
Fear. Every other character who sacrificed themselves did so without fear.
Mm-hmm.
Louis and Silva did not.
No, they were afraid of...
They were afraid. Louis' fear prevented himself from sacrificing.
Yeah, and Silva's fear made him make a sacrifice that was unnecessary.
Yeah.
Ended up hurting people. So they're kind of opposites.
Yeah, but in that way they're connected at the same time.
Yeah.
They show what you do, like when you fail to sacrifice and when you sacrifice for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Like
Silva definitely knew that the successes was not an 100% foolproof solution.
Silva was also weak.
Yeah.
Every other character who sacrificed found the strength to sacrifice. He found the strength to sacrifice, but he did so because of his own weakness.
Yeah. What he saw was that the best way to protect the world from the Queen was to lock it inside.
Yeah.
But that wasn't right.
That wasn't right because he was afraid of the queen.
Yeah, he was afraid of what it could do to the outside world. He was also afraid of the power of the Revenants.
Yeah.
But he forgot to be afraid of the horrors instead.
He forgot to see the good.
Yeah.
In what, Revenants can do. And the thing, and again, when you look at Carmilla and stuff like that, they did not fear death. They sacrificed themselves because they didn't fear.
Yeah.
In spite of their fear.
Yeah. Because
they
knew that
whereas Silva sacrificed because of his fear.
Yeah.
So there's the real difference. That's what.
Yeah. It's a very interesting one.
It's a very interesting comparison.
It definitely feels intentional that there's two characters that are odd ones out.
Yeah.
And not 3 or 1.
And the way they connect to the themes of the story are interesting because they're similar but different.
It's also interesting because if Louis kills you when you start to become the queen, he takes Silva's place on the throne.
Yeah.
Tying them even further.
Yeah, so they're foils to each other.
Yeah. I feel like that's something that's going to take more thought.
Maybe the DLC. Maybe wait till the DLC. We're gonna have to do another secondary podcast when we get around to playing the DLC.
Yeah,
but
I want to know what the DLC is gonna be.
Oh my god, I'm just. But yeah, they are foils to each other, aren't they?
Yeah. Huh.
Ah.
This is a moment of silent contemplation.
But yeah, they're because they both acted or didn't act, in Louis' case, out of fear. Fear caused Louis not to react.
Yeah.
While the fear that caused Silva to act caused more harm than it did good.
Yeah. So weird.
And Mito was also... No, but Mito's wrong because, in a way, he refused to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
For whatever reason he didn't...
He was selfish. He was a bitch.
Because if you do something out of fear, in a way, you are being selfish.
Yeah.
Louis didn't do it because out of fear, and he was selfish.
Yeah.
He was selfish in that moment. And Silva, in a way, can be selfish because he did so out of fear.
Yeah. Very, very interesting topic. Yeah,
because every other act of sacrifice is done out of selflessness.
Yeah, I feel like Louis and Silva are going to take more thought and time and possibly more content. To really
dig in
full read on. I mean, I think we've definitely boiled it down very well, but comparatively to EO and everything, it just doesn't tie.
We're definitely gonna write a video essay on this. Definitely one day.
We're gonna turn this podcast into a video essay.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be more organized.
Yes, that's what I mean. Basically, get this shit because this is just us rambling. So basically, figure out the parts of this that made sense and were good ideas, and then write them down. And have it put into a video essay. Because I feel like we said a lot of great things during this, but we're so unfocused and a complete disaster that...
well, that's just the nature of the podcast, though. That's just how it is.
Because it really is just talking. It's just having a conversation and going through shit.
Yeah, but for anyone watching this, if you have any ideas about... And if you played the game, let us know if we missed anything.
Yeah,
there's
so much.
There's so much to unpack. We didn't even talk about Jack or
Oh my gosh, we didn't talk about Jack, Eva, the one successor that you never even get to see. We didn't talk about any of the successors other than Nicola.
Well, okay, we kind of briefly mentioned Emily.
Oh yes, we did.
And Silva. And, well, actually, the first successor that you find. But even then, there's not much to talk about with her either.
Yeah.
So
the thing is that there's just so much to cover with Code Vein.
We might have to make a second podcast.
It's almost impossible to get it all at once. Because we briefly touched on Emily, but we didn't really talk about Emily.
Well, we got the basics of what her thing is about.
Yeah.
Though. Like, she sacrificed herself for Yakumo.
Yeah.
And
I feel like most of the stuff we didn't talk about isn't that important.
we just talked about mostly the important bits.
Yeah. Like, we didn't talk about Coco because she's not that relevant.
Well, in a way, she is.
I know.
She's not that relevant, but like she also she ties into the theme still.
Yeah, I mean, she does, but out of like the main group, I think she's possibly the least relevant.
Yeah.
Other than maybe Davis.
They just needed like a fan servicey shopkeeper.
Yeah, and even then, I don't think those characters were wastes of space or anything. They
Yeah,
just fit into the themes less than other people, and
which is fine. Because like the game doesn't make you think that they're more important than they actually are.
Yeah, because they're represented as exactly as important as they are.
Yeah,
which is minor characters who are they still do their job
and they
help people,
and they still tie into the themes in a way, so it still works.
But they're not like in every cutscene and traveling with you and everything. You know?
Yeah. Murasame, out of all those side characters, is the one that ties into the themes the strongest.
Yeah, which also makes sense because she does actually come with you at the end of the game when you go to leave.
Yeah.
Which the others don't.
Yeah.
So it does make sense that Murasame would be more. It would fit into the themes more.
Yeah, definitely.
Very good game.
Just a very good game all around.
I wonder if God Eater is good. I've never played a God Eater. I got God Eater 3 on sale for PS4.
We gotta do that at some point, my man.
Yeah.
That's just how it be.
I don't know if starting with God Eater 3 is a bad thing.
We're still deciding on what next game, and we also need to decide on what game we want to do next. But
our next project is going to be so difficult because we have to choose between like
Digimon Cyber Sleuth,
Digimon, Pokemon,
Fire Emblem,
Sword Art Online rant.
Oh yeah, Sword Art Online counts because it's about a video game. So
that's true. Because we have an entire segment about.
We have just so many games we want to talk about. So many games we want to talk about. That's why we're doing this podcast.
Yeah. Oh.
To analyze the stories of video games.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. We have to do Persona 4 too.
Oh right. Oh god. Yeah, you're right.
I don't dread playing that game because I love that game, but it's long.
I mean, every person.
Yeah.
Every Persona.
And it's also it's just another long game added to the list. Also, sometimes we have to do Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, we got our whole lives ahead of us.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Xenoblade Chronicles the remake.
Oh god, yeah, that's true.
We're fucked, dude.
We got so many games to talk about, but that's what this podcast is for. Talk about dissecting the stories of video games and how video games can be great.
Yeah. And also, this is an hour and 20-minute podcast. Jesus Christ.
That's pretty short for a podcast, honestly.
Yeah, but like when we're only talking about kind of like one game story wise.
Yeah.
It's pretty long, in that regard at least, because if we were just shooting the shit and talking random subjects, it would be like 3 hours. Maybe
we'll put a poll up for what the next game on the podcast will be, because
it's hard, dude.
Because we have a choice between Fire Emblem Awakening. I've already written something for that.
Oh yeah, we've got Awakening, Three Houses, a million different ones.
Like the whole Fire Emblem franchise, because it's the 30th anniversary. We're gonna cover Fire Emblem a lot.
Yeah.
But and then there's Digimon Cyber Sleuth that we've been playing.
Yeah.
That game's pretty fun.
Yeah, goddamn.
There's just a lot of things. Hell, we're gonna cover Sonic at some point.
Oh my god. That one's good. What?
Come on, dude. If it has a story,
I mean, I guess.
If it's deep enough, we can talk about it.
Eventually, I also want to do BioShock or Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Because those are games that I highly enjoy that aren't exactly up Kyle's alley gameplay-wise, but that's the thing. I can play the game and he can just enjoy the story.
Yeet.
And atmosphere.
And atmosphere. And all of that business.
Because, you know, one of these days, me, you, and Shelby are gonna have to get together and do the Resident Evil 2 remake, right?
Yeah.
Also, did you hear what is coming out next year?
Resident Evil 3?
Yeah, Resident Evil 3 remake.
Capcom?
You've got a lot of nightmares on your agenda.
Anyway, so I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's been fun.
It's been fun talking about Code Vein. This story really is very...
Every single time we talk about it, I realize how I did not give it enough credit the previous time we talked about it.
I know, right? Like, oh my, I need to really find out the writer
here,
because it's just...
I wonder how long they were working on this.
I have no idea.
It's so hard to believe that it was intentional because the game kind of, at least to me, seemed to come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
like I heard about it when it was announced, but I never really put much thought into it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even hear about it when it was announced. Wasn't it known as like Project Vein or something?
It was like a long time ago. I just know it was a while ago.
I know that like in the credits or something, it says like Project Vein or something.
Right.
I don't know if that's like the team that worked on it.
But the devs deserve a lot of credit for what they made.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, as a last final statement here, if you haven't played Code Vein, go play it. We may have spoiled it rotten, but go play it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
I believe we also said that at the beginning, so your fault if you listened to that and didn't play the game, fucker.
But if you listen to all that and you're still not convinced, go do it.
Yeah.
Or I will go. Oh, I will find you, and I will break your kneecaps.
Okay. Well, man, though, it's Soulsborne and it's fun.
Next time, see us for whatever the fuck we decide to cover next.
Yeah, see you next year.
I don't know.
I'm kidding, it won't take that long, probably.
I don't know. The games on our plate are pretty long.
That's true. And also, we're just bad at doing things.
ADHD is a bitch.
Yeah.
But that's just how it is.
Like, this project was a
month in a way in the making.
We were supposed to finish it before December.
Yeah.
Before the end of December. And,
ooh,
did that say January 6th? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
At approximately 11:30 at night.
You're just in my room. That's what's happening right now.
And the thing is, this wasn't even planned. We didn't plan to do this today. I showed up to play Fire Emblem. And then Kyle was like, hey, you want to do the podcast? And here we are.
Here we are.
So that just goes to show how bad we are at actually doing things.
But if people enjoyed this, we might have to actually schedule shit.
Yeah, we may actually have to give a fuck.
Anyway, yeah, so you want anything else? Anything else you want to say?
I'm dying.
Anything else you want to say before we just end things off?
I love Code Vein.
Yeah.
And Persona 4, but that's unrelated.
I love anime. I love video games. We love stories.
Follow me on Twitter, @fondestbore, or @fondestbee, I guess is my ad.
I'm advertising this on Twitter, but anyway.
Hell yeah. This is going up on your channel?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose.
Because I think that was the plan. All the gameplay goes up on mine, and then the video essays and podcasts go up on yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also going to upload this on, like, SoundCloud.
Okay.
Places like that. Because, you know, like, uploading YouTube, it's a podcast.
Yeah.
You can't...
That's the thing.
Anyway, so, look forward to whenever the fuck we decide to upload next.
Yeah. Also, this relieves a load off my back when I don't have to actually upload it.
We're just gonna continue mashing the narrative buttons.
I forgot that was his name, podcast.
It's a stupid name, but that's all we can come up with.
It's a stupid name that... I know there was a really good reason for it when we came up with it.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of forgot. Because I don't remember the conversation at all when we came up with this name.
Well, narrative button mashing, and, well, I guess, yeah, goodbye.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fuck
That's
off.
all we have to say.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Don't fuck off. I love you.